Today marks 2 years since I was hit by a truck while riding my bike. And this is my story. 2 summers ago, I was headed into my senior year of college, prepping for my final season of college swimming. At the same time, I wanted to try something new, so I courageously signed up for a triathlon. I had not ridden a bike since I was really young, let alone have ever ridden a road bike before. This quickly became a fear of mine, but I knew I could do it. I slowly was able to become more comfortable on the bike, and I started to really love it. I was always extremely cautious while riding, and made sure to ride during times when the roads weren't busy and always ran a helmet. Although I had fears of being hit, I never thought it would actually happen to me. On July 19th of 2023, my family and I were getting ready to go on vacation. I wanted to squeeze in a quick ride before we left. So I went out on my ride, and I remember feeling really calm and happy. I was excited for our vacation and for the triathlon I had been training for that was just 1 week away. I was finishing up my ride and I was about 1 mile from home. I was stopped at an intersection and was waiting for the green light. Once I saw the green, I began to pedal and started to cross the road. Out of the corner of my eye, I then saw a big truck coming in my direction. I remember screaming, "Oh my God," and feeling a huge power push me 15 feet in the air. I remember thinking this could be the end of my story. I crashed to the ground and immediately felt an immense amount of pain. The driver had stopped and rushed to me, and many other people stopped and it began to call 911. I somehow reached for my phone and emergency dialed my family. They had all been packing the car, getting ready for the trip, and we were going to leave once I returned. Instead, they received a phone call that no parent or family member ever wants to receive. I was so close to home that they could hear the sirens of the ambulance. The paramedics arrived, and I remember being in and out of consciousness. My family got to the scene and saw me laying in the middle of the road. The panic and the fear in their voices is something that I will never forget. When I arrived to the hospital, I had many CT scans, x-rays, and other examinations. My right leg was in a ton of pain, and I had cuts all over my body. My helmet had also cracked, so I know I hit my head pretty hard. The CT scan came back that my spleen had a possible hematoma on it, and that I was going to need to have it removed. But after more examinations, they found that it was a cyst that had developed from the accident, and I would end up having to monitor this for the next year. A few days after the accident, I also had intense shoulder pain, and I've been dealing with that for the past 2 years now. I remember being so angry and sad. Everything I had been working for going into my final season of my swimming career had just been broken. On the other hand, I was grateful. I was grateful to be alive and talking. The physical injuries I had were difficult to recover from, but the mental injuries I had were much worse. For the past 2 years, I have been dealing with episodes and triggers that have made me relive this accident. I would not say that this pain has gone away, but I would say I've been able to deal with it better. I left the hospital unable to walk and with many cuts and bruises, and with the fear of my future. But I also left with my family and support system that I knew were going to do anything that they could to help me heal. I was not able to do any of the triathlons that summer, and frankly thought that my chances of swimming in my final swim season were over. But I didn't want all the years of swimming to end like this. I knew the little 7-year-old me would want me to fight, so I fought to get stronger every day. I ended up swimming in my final swim season. Although I was battling my shoulder pain and many other injuries, I finished on a happy and grateful note. Throughout my time of healing, I also didn't want my new love for triathlon to end. I was obviously so scared to get back on the bike, but with mental training and goals in mind, I began to train again. And because of this experience, because you only get to live once, I decided to jump big and sign up for an Ironman 70.3. My relentless spirit and ability to overcome led me to race day. On July 21st, 2024, almost exactly 1 year after the accident, I crossed the finish line at Ironman 70.3 Ohio. This race meant the world to me. It represented all the pain I had been through and how I was able to make a positive experience out of it. Since then, I have fallen more in love with triathlons. I began PT school in the fall and have been simultaneously training for triathlons and marathons. Last month, I competed in Ironman 70.3 Rockford, and I placed first in my age group, qualifying me for the World Championships. This was a big surprise and a dream come true. There have been many tough days, early morning training sessions, while studying at the same time, but I constantly remind myself of my why. I'm doing all of this because I can. I'm signing up for more races and training as hard as I can because I am alive. I am healthy. I know whatever battle gets put in front of me, I will be able to make it out. I've been documenting my journey for the past 2 years, and I've been flooded with all the support from all of you. I am so grateful to receive all these kind and encouraging messages. You've helped me get through a really tough time. Throughout my journey, I followed the motto of doing what makes you happy. The saying is so simple, but it means so much more to me. I hope you all continue to follow along on my journey, and remember to do what makes you happy.